British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak dissolved Parliament on May 22, paving the way for new elections. Since taking office, Sunak has struggled to boost the reputation of the Conservative Party, which had suffered greatly since Liz Truss was in office. Although he had always tried hard, he only moderately succeeded. The May 2 primaries included another setback for the Conservatives, also known as the Tories. Sunak has now applied for new elections and surprised even his own party colleagues with this step, because it had not been expected until December, the next regular date. However, the chaos of recent years, changing prime ministers and the crash of the Tories had now prompted Sunak to request the dissolution of Parliament. This was officially implemented on May 30th. Now it is time to clear the way for new elections within 25 days. The scheduled election date is July 4th, because now the candidates must first be nominated. Of course, we will also follow the election and report on it. In the trial against Donald Trump, the verdict was handed down on May 30th. The jury pleaded guilty to illegally paying hush money to porn actress Stormy Daniels. During Trump's first term in office, it had already become known that he had spent a night with Daniels in 2006. In the course of his presidential campaign in 2016, monetary values of about $130,000 had flowed to prevent it from becoming known. As always with Trump, it gets a bit chaotic afterwards. There has been talk of threats against Daniels, followed by many denials. Even after the verdict was announced, Trump's lawyers said that they would appeal. The guilty verdict is particularly remarkable because Trump now has a criminal record as a presidential candidate. From a purely legal point of view, however, this does not prevent him from continuing his campaign. Judge Merchan does not want to announce the sentence until the end of the year anyway. Trump's lawyers are expected to postpone this until after the election. It is not unusual that contact is lost with the space capsules launched into space, or in this case rather rockets. However, it becomes unusual when it concerns the newly launched Shango from the Europa mission. At the end of the month, contact was indeed broken and the wildest theories immediately shot up. Is the Shango destroyed? There have been several attempts to explore space beyond the moon before, many of which have not been heard from to this day. Admittedly, most of them concerned unmanned probes. Missions with humans were the exception. And Sean Christopher's Saturn mission had also lost contact several times during its years of flight. After all, it is important to remember that a radio signal to Christopher's ship already takes 100 minutes. This means that any status update are already outdated when they arrive on Earth. The contact with Christopher's ship runs according to plan, and until recently this was also the case with the Shango. However, NASA circles said that one should not think about it yet. The Shango could be in the shadow of the moon or another planet, or there could be various other reasons for a failure of communication. In fact, the Shango passed the moon shortly after its launch and is already on its way to the outer planets. It has not yet reached Mars, which will take an estimated year and a half, and then at least as long until Jupiter, new fusion engines or not. Of course, we'll stay tuned and follow what's going on out there.